Sitting here with Greg Snelling, General Manager from Wray Ford. Greg, how are you today?
Doing great, Steve.
Good. Just wanted to take a few moments and get some feedback from you on your Reynolds and Reynolds automated dispatching application. If you could maybe just tell us some highlights and explain where you were at one time and what the system's done for you. I'd love to hear about that.
Easy enough. Steve, we started back in basically August, I think, is about the time we first spoke and contacted you. And the situation our store was having at the time was it ran the gamut of anything bad that could go on as far as service and dispatching and time management. My customer viewpoint scores were in the ditch, and just everything was basically out of control and chaotic. We had a dispatch person working for us. Things were not going good with him. He up and left us kind of in a high and dry position, and that was at the time when I got to looking in and seeing, kind of getting a handle on what our processes were actually back in service and handling our inventory of cars. And the deeper I looked, the more confusing it got. I mean, too many hands in the kitty. The technicians were making decisions. My service writers were all making decisions, and I think everybody was well intentioned, but the end result was terrible efficiency in working our cars and getting our cars processed. So that's basically the time we contacted you. We are Reynolds and Reynolds is our DMS system, and we've been paying for an automated dispatching system forever, and we never utilized it. We never had the training to utilize it, and had nobody in the store very familiar with the process. So that's about the time you came in, and it was pretty easy walking in the door to see that we had a 2 or 3 week backlog of work. No rhyme or reason to much of anything. Like I say, the thing that got me back there from the get-go was basically upset customers and terrible customer viewpoints with our manufacturer. So Steve came into the store, and it took training from the back end to the front end, but basically brought everybody up and taught us how to use our dispatching system, taught us how to work our time management, how to work our inventory. And it's gone from a disaster in August, second visit in here. We've made some huge progress, and we're continuing to make some. But now as a general manager or a service manager or any of my service advisors, they have an opportunity now. I can pull up my inventory here for the next week and know what I'm looking at and know what I actually have. It's not always perfect, but it gives us a real snapshot of where we stand. Mm-hmm. So it's enabled us to move into some appointment setting with some of our service customers, and just a lot more confidence when we're talking to customers on estimated time of completions. It's a very user-friendly program once you have the proper training on it, but that is the key thing. Reynolds and ADP and all these companies will sell you this, but they're really not equipped to train you on it. And that's been the biggest difference in our store. We've gone from a 2 or 3 week backlog and total confusion to a couple days of backlog and a little bit of control on where we are in this process. So that's the biggest step we've made in our service department in years right there. So I feel today like I have training. I've received training. I know what to look for now, what to watch for, what to coach on, and it's a continual process. This system will still do probably a lot more than we're capable of doing at this point, but we've made the commitment through you and some proper training to get back in here with us a few times, probably have you back in 6 months. We'll probably try to move to some tier 2 type training, and it's just been wonderful. And it does kind of ruffle a few feathers. You've got to break some old habits, and all my employees, as well intentioned as they were, just having too many people with their hands in the kitty trying to manipulate jobs and stuff, and everybody think it speeds it up. It does just the opposite. It slows it down to pure gridlock. So
sure.
Steve, you've been real helpful, tremendously helpful with that. We've done a lot of training on the service aisle, just basic processes from our meeting and greeting, write-ups have gotten a lot better. We're trying to work on staying in contact with our customers a lot better. And we've also integrated a real active delivery with our service writers back to the customers at the time of picking up their vehicles. So far we're pleased. We're going to just keep working on it and try to move it to the next level.
Great. Well, thanks, Greg. You guys have done a great job, and I appreciate your time and input. Thank you so much.
Thank you.